Hi, welcome to my channel, Crafting with Cami. I'm Cami. Today's video is a little bit different. I have my Cricut machine out. I recently purchased and downloaded a bunch of Close to My Heart's SVG files. So in today's video, I thought I'd walk you through how to download those, get those into your Cricut software, and then we'll even have a project at the end of the video showing some of those SVGs. If you're not familiar with SVG files, they're images that you can cut on any cutting machine. So if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette, whatever cutting machine you have, you can download those SVG images into that software and print it on your machine. I have a Cricut, so my program may look different from your program, but it should be generally the same concept. So I'll be putting those onto my Cricut machine. And then I use a laptop. It's a Dell. So if you have a Mac or anything like that, again, it might look a little different, but the concept should be the same. So let's go ahead and grab your cup of, mine's tea today. Grab your cup of tea, grab your cup of coffee, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, hopefully the quality of this is okay. My computer is really old and slow, and I can't actually do screen recording on it, so I am recording the screen off of my camera, so hopefully it's okay. I know it gets kind of weird lighting and stuff when you record a screen, but hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. So first things first, you're going to want to go to Close to My Heart's website. I'll have that linked down below in the description box. And then you'll need to purchase the items. So you can go over to this shop tab. And it's going to take a moment because, like I said, my computer is super slow. I've actually had my Cricut for many, many years. And I used to do a lot of vinyl cutting on it and making signs and that type of thing. And then it's been a while now. I started incorporating the Cricut into my scrapbooking and making more embellishments and my titles. And so I've really gotten familiar with my Cricut. I know it can do so much more than what I've even stuck my toe in, but yes, I absolutely love it. So once you're on that shop tab, you can actually come over here, and there's a entire album called Digital Art right here. We'll click on that, and these are going to be all of the digital files, all of the digital collections. So they all run about that $9.95, and there are some that are fewer, so you can go through here and you'll just purchase them as normal. Except the exciting thing about these is you don't have to wait for shipping. You have access to it immediately after you purchase it. So you would just add it to your cart, go check out like normal, and then to find those digital files to download them, you'll go into your tab. So you need to be logged in. So I'm logged in under myself. You'll click on that and go to the account. And then over on this left-hand side, there's this tab, Digital Library. You'll select Digital Library. And here's all of my SVG files I've purchased. So now to download them, we'll start with this Sweet Memories one here. We'll go over to this download. And then mine shoots up here. So now I can see and open it from here. Okay, here it is. So now we can minimize this. And we'll go into Cricut, which I am actually going to make this screen a little smaller so we can see both. Hopefully you can see it okay still. So over on this side, we have the, we're in our downloads. So I'm in my computer under downloads. So here is the Sweet Memories collection. First thing I recommend is you'll see over here the type. It all shows SVG documents except this one. This one shows HTML document and it says reference images. So if you double click on that one, it'll bring up the images that are on that collection. So I recommend printing this. I like to keep these so if I'm going through my idea book and I want a butterfly, I can see, oh, here's a butterfly, and it's in the Sweet Memories digital art. So then I know which one to look under, or just to bounce inspiration off of. Or if you're creating this double page layout, you can have this sitting in front of you, so you glue everything exactly where you want it. Yeah, so I recommend printing this. So I have already printed that out. I can go ahead and close that. And we'll pull up the Cricut again. My husband is working in the garage, if you can hear that. So we're back into here. So now to download them. So yours will actually look more like this. As soon as you download it, it'll have this zip file. So actually, first thing you'll want to do is right click on that and say extract all. And then show extracted files when completed. That is checked. Extract. Now we're to that screen that you saw first. So these are each individual file that we saw on those on that other page. So over in our Cricut, I'm just going to select new project. And then down here on the bottom left is this upload. We're going to select upload. And then it says image, upload image. We'll select the upload image. And you can select this browse and then go into your downloads and select them that way. But I actually find it easiest to just click and drag. Let's do the camera. So I will go back over to my downloads, select the camera, and drag it over. So here's the camera. So it's already has an image name of camera. Down here in the tags, I like to put close to my heart, and I like to do which collection it came from. So then we'll do Sweet Memories. Anything that I might search to find this. So I could look up camera. I could look up flower. I could look up swirl. Anything that I might look up. So you can put anything in these tags. If you're searching for a camera, this will pop up. So I have all of those, and I will just say upload. That is successfully uploaded. That is done. So we can go ahead and upload another image and do the next one. I'm going to jump down and do the layout. So here's the Our Story layout. And here it is. So then for the tags, I will do Close to My Heart. I will do Sweet Memories, the collection. I want to do Scrapbook and layout. And then we have a camera on here. We have some florals. So I'm going to do flowers. We have some film strips. We have that little viewfinder. I don't know if you can see it very well here, but there's a viewfinder on there. I think it is also called a photo reel. So I'll add that. We have some circles. We have some stars. We have the title Our Story. For sure, I want the collection that it's close to my heart, scrapbook, and layout. So if I want to create a scrapbook layout, I can just search scrapbook and there it is. I'm not going to hit upload because I do already have this uploaded. So I'm just going to hit cancel, but you would hit upload. Now that they are all downloaded, I like to put them into a project and label that project the collection name. So we are in a new project here. And we are going to go to Images, Recently Added, and our Uploaded Images. So here they are. So we can go ahead and select multiples of these and download all of them. So these are all from the same collection. I'm not going to go through all of them. You get the idea. Go ahead and select every single one and then say add to canvas. It does take a minute, and I don't care about the sizes or anything. I just want them all right here at my fingertips, and then I can go through and hide the ones I don't want to cut when I go through and make my project. Or if I just want to search this rather than my printed page or anything like that, they're all here. I don't have to worry about losing them. So then you would go up into save, save as, and I would title it Close to My Heart, Sweet Memories. Again, I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. So I'm just going to close out of that. So sometimes when you go to upload an image into Cricut, when you actually select the image, the file is too large. Let me go ahead and show you that. So I know that this card, I've already zipped it, but let's go down to the one that was too large for that. Right here. So when you say add to canvas, oh, it did it this time. Sometimes you'll get a red error up at the top that says it couldn't be added and to contact Cricut. You'll just need to go to a website, and I will have that link down in the description box, and you'll just need to shrink that file so that it can be read through Cricut. So I'll have that linked below. Here's that website. It's this I Love IMG. So you select the compress image, select image, or drop it. So we could even move this over here and drop it. It was this best of luck card. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, so then here's that card, and then you just say compress. It's compressing, and it is now 21% smaller, and then you would say download. And you don't need any accounts or anything for this. This is completely free. So that is now downloaded. It's in my downloads right here. There it is. So then this one I can go ahead and upload into Cricut. So when I go to upload images, select that one that is now shrinked or compressed, I guess, which is right here. So then this is the one that you would click and drag and upload this one. And you would do, you know, your same keywords. I like to add card into the cards. This one I would do rainbow, cloud, scallop, swirl, best of luck, and close to my heart, along with the collection name. So that is what I like to do for my tags. Obviously, it's optional. You don't have to do that. But if I'm looking for a cloud, I want this to pop up. All right. I hope that was helpful. That's kind of a quick how to download the SVG files. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. Anything that is linkable, I will link. If you want to use the links in the description box, be sure to order before April, and then you'll want to get these downloaded right away so you don't lose them when the websites go down. So I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope the screen is clear enough for you to see. Let's create a layout using SVG files. I thought I would take you along for the entire process. So we are in my projects now, and these are all of the SVG collections, Close to My Heart collections that I just downloaded. So I've been really itching to play with this In Full Bloom collection. Let's click on that one, and we'll say customize, because if I say make it, it's going to print everything to the size that it came in as, and I want to tweak it. Here is all of those SVGs for this collection. I want to make the scrapbook layout. I am really excited about that. Oh, goodness. I told you, my computer is old and slow, and it just does what it wants. So we have all of these little icons that I can hide. That card is so cool. I love all these frames. I'm excited to play with those. Maybe put put some of my pictures behind them. That would be so fun. We have a globe, we have a camera, we have a film strip. Look at all of these things we can play with. So I am actually going to, oh goodness, I love this for journaling. It's like a little, here, let me zoom in. It's like a little notebook paper, and then it has that flower detail. So cool. Okay, so let's zoom back out. And we want to create this layout. I was thinking about only making this one, but I really like this cluster with the tag and everything. So I think I'm going to make one layout out of both of these. I have a picture in mind, and it's just one photo, so I might print it to a 4x6. So actually, let's go ahead and we can save this because we spread everything out. And then I'm going to say new project. Okay, so we're into a new one, and we will go into images, and actually, so we can type in scrapbook, since that was one of our keywords that we entered in. We can do uploaded. Now here's all of the things that I called scrapbooking that I uploaded. We want this one. And then also while I'm searching, I'm going to search for that camera. And here's that camera. So we're adding the layout and the camera. Okay. So I just want to move this camera. So I'm going to steal elements off of this. So I am actually going to go over here, and it breaks all of the elements down on this right hand side. Might help if the camera focused. All of these are broken down from that one layout. So we can actually ungroup this. So I right clicked, and then I can say ungroup. So this film strip, I don't think I need. So we'll just delete that out. And I don't need this piece here. We're gonna say ungroup for this one too. Ungroup. Okay, there we go. So now I can select, I think it's this one and this one, and move both of those over, forward. So arrange, bring to front. There we go. I'm just going to move that down. We can actually center this and then group just those two together, since that's like a photo mat. And group. So now only these two are grouped, so I can move it around as one. So I kind of want that. Maybe this one I could spin around. And bring it forward. There it is. Ah! And then that can kind of peek out here. Do we want to bring the butterfly over? I'm going to delete this entire background because I'm not going to print out, or I'm not going to have it cut a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I already have that. I don't need this big floral since I'm using this big floral cluster, so I'm going to delete that out. And I just highlight it and then I hit delete on my keypad. This little butterfly I don't need. I don't want the bloom and grow as my title, so deleting that. It also cleans up this, so if I need to select something else. So this I can delete. This I can delete. These I want to select, oops, I'll move this out of the way. This I want to look just like that. So I'm selecting that and grouping that. Okay, now it's grouped as one. So I'm thinking something like this. There we go. And then maybe bring the butterfly back over. Everything jumps on my computer. Yours should not do that. I might cut this tab out too, just because we have a lot of colors going on here. So it's going to have me cut things separately anyways. So I don't really mind that it's not in my 12 by 12 square. It's pretty close, and I'm not going to be laying it out exactly like this. But you could keep that 12 by 12 paper on your screen, get everything situated, and then delete that right before cutting. Pick out my colors again here. So this flower and this tab are both in that yellow. This is the same color as this, which is the same color as my mat, which I think that is okay. Let's actually, so here, okay, this second one, and then the flower. I'm not sure what color I want the light bulbs and this tag. Maybe the same color as the camera, so I can bring some of that down. So let's change the camera wherever that is here. Instead of blue, we'll do white. So now that'll cut the same color as that. And I'm not too worried about the colors on the Cricut because it'll be whatever color paper I put into the machine. Make it so then it tells me, so it's telling me put in your white paper. See how the colors are on the left? Put in your white paper, and it's going to cut this. So I can use a piece of scrap paper and just make sure it's about 1.5, 2 inches by 3.5 or 4 inches. So I will go ahead and get all of this cut. So I'll hit continue. It'll cut my white, and then it'll tell me to insert the black. It'll cut the black, and then it'll tell me to insert the yellow, and etc. So I'll go ahead and get all of these cut out, and I will be back to put it together. So I have my paper on here. I like to kind of hold this and give it a little push as it's registering. So it's flashing at me, it's ready. And then I like to just help guide it in so it catches all the way. And then we'll just hit the little Cricut continue, and it'll work its magic. The black just finished cutting off of the Cricut. So what I find easiest is using the Cricut spatula. So I like to just pull off that background carefully. The pieces should stick, but just want to make sure nothing comes up with it and tears. And then I can actually use this and this. So I'll cut this apart so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of paper. And then taking that Cricut spatula, I can just carefully, because some of these are very delicate, and because I used the black paper with the white core, you can see the white core through the Cricut cuts. If you didn't want that, you could use a solid black or any color. This one will just need to poke out that center, which isn't too difficult. And I have my garbage sitting next to me here, so these little pieces can go directly into that. So this one has a lot of delicate pieces. We can take our tweezers even and pull out some of those. I love how much detail the Cricut can cut. Look at that. And then once we put the yellow behind that, that'll look so good. So the inside of that light bulb is trash. Oh my goodness, I love these flowers so much. And those you're just doing the outline of, which it's easier to pull up the whole thing and then separate them once they're off the mat, since the mat is so sticky. Don't want to tear anything. This one's still a little connected there. There we go. Look at that. I love it. So these are trash. These are trash. If you wanted to hang on to some of these to piece into another layout or something. Okay, this one's going to be very delicate too. The butterfly also. Lots of delicate pieces in this collection. There's that leaf. So you could hang on to this and cut another one. You could cut this in a different color and then piece it together like that. So you can always hang on to those pieces. So for this, oh my goodness, so delicate. Not all of those little pieces are coming up. And then, so for all of these, I can just take my, you know, if you had a piercing tool or whatever, you can pop those out. I'll do that off camera. We have quite a few to pop out. And then all of these will be trash. This is a perfect circle. I could use that for something else. You don't want to gouge into your mat. You don't want to take off all the sticky, but you for sure want all of the paper off, because going into the next color, which if I had another mat, I would be cutting the next color now, but I need to hurry up and get all this off before I can cut the next one. But you don't want to leave any of that paper behind. Your blade will get caught on it, and you do not want that. It's even a little staticky, so you can see them kind of flying around on me. I'm so excited to put these together like a puzzle. I have some white daisy down. I got all of my, oh no, I'm still bleeding. I'm gonna have to flip that around now. I got all of my Cricut pieces cut out, and so I'm going to adhere these together, and I'm going to be using my Barely Art Precision Glue, and that'll go around all of these so nicely. It won't bleed out too much, and this dries clear, so if it does ooze out, that's all right. When I was filming, I pinched my finger in the tripod, and it has not stopped bleeding. Now I have to try to flip this over. I'm a mess, but I'm gonna wait to flip this over until after I'm done adhering. I'll do this one on camera for you, and then I have a butterfly to do. I have some light bulbs to do, so I'll be a busy person over here. You don't have to get in between every single little piece. If you just hit those thicker lines, that would be enough. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue everywhere. And then this lines up perfectly with this. Okay, and then we will, it's kind of nice using liquid too, you can kind of move it around. And then on the back, I'm just going to use my regular tape runner. Okay, and then that can go on top of this layer. And there we go, we have a camera. I'll go ahead and do the rest of this off camera here. I made a mistake, guys, and I want to show you my mistake so you don't make the mistake. So I adhered this one directly down, and then I had this leaf still, and I was looking everywhere for the outline of it. Figured out that I was supposed to put it on this blue piece. So then the flowers would be blue and the leaves would be green. That only makes sense. So I need to adhere the leaves down here. I pulled up the black off of the blue, and I'm hoping I can piece it back together. It did rip here, but I'm hoping I can make it work. So don't make that mistake. Make sure to glue this one onto the blue first before putting the black on. I don't know why I didn't notice that. I just figured I was just cruising along. I didn't realize there was a third piece to this one. So let's try to get this lined up now. I don't want to finish peeling that black off because it does need to stay adhered up top there. There we go. I think I managed to save it. All right, I got this white daisy flipped over. I absolutely love the black outline of all of these flowers. It just makes them pop so much. Off of everything, I should say, not just the flowers. I just love the black outline. The photo I will be scrapbooking today is of some friends that came over and we played games and had supper, and the picture of me isn't so good, but it's the only one we got, and it was a fun time that I want to document. So that's going to be our picture. In the sketch that we had come up with in the on the Cricut, our light bulbs were up here. Our camera is going to be somewhere down here, along with our butterfly. And then all of these will be up here. So we have a tag. And we have some sprigs. So using that sheet we had printed out when we downloaded this layout, I'm looking at this cluster so I know where to put everything. So I'm just kind of doing some dry fitting, and where they have this tag is actually quite perfect because I have that chair in the background that we can hide. And then now I kind of know where to place the flowers and those leaves by looking at that diagram. I do still have this tag that they have right about here, and then they cut out this little black heart that's supposed to go on that tag. I cut out this yellow little tab, and I'm thinking of putting it maybe over here or maybe on the left-hand side by that camera, just to bring that yellow over and make that visual triangle. I could use that for the date or the who's in the photo. I might actually bring in some black cardstock, trim this down, and do a frame style layout. And then I might even add some splattering and could do some black shimmer. And I don't have a black shimmer pen, but I have a clear shimmer pen and black ink. I'm not sure where this burst came from. Oh, I think I was supposed to glue that on here. Do we want that burst on there or no? Yeah, sure. Okay. So now that I have this all laid out, I'm gonna take it all off and cut this down, maybe leaving a 1/2 inch frame. So we'll cut this down to 11 by 11 and bring in some black cardstock. I gutted out the black paper so that I wasn't wasting that, and then I cut this down to 11 inches, so now I have my frame. I put some black ink on just this styrofoam paper plate. Instead of using my ink pad, which you can just press down, I took the re-inker and squeezed a little on there. And then I have my shimmer pen, and this is the clear glitter shimmer pen. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that down. Add a little bit of black to it. I want it shimmery, but I want it black and not charcoal, so. And then I'm just going to take my Cricut spatula and just gently, I think it needs to be a little darker, so I'm just going to add, grab from over here more. These glitter splatters look so good. Can you see them sparkling? This one bled a little bit. It got a little wet. I don't know. So, but I'm going to have that huge cluster there, so I'm not too worried about that. But I love how that turned out. I think that's going to look so good with all of our black features. When I was doing my dry fitting, I totally forgot about this scallop piece. So that one I could cut down, otherwise it could go almost to the edge. It Cricuts don't cut all the way to 12 inches. They leave a little bit of a gap. And then I also have this one, which I could include kind of where I had that yellow. I could kind of offset them or do something like that. So I forgot I had those. I also have this that came out of the center of this tag. So I could use that as like another tab somewhere. But I'm going to give this a couple seconds to dry and we'll come back and start adhering. Okay, I started dry fitting these again. And this is that scalloped edge that I had forgotten about. So that was originally going to go down here, but that's a lot of blue. And I have this, if I wanted to bring that over here too. Yeah, that's just a lot of blue everywhere. We can break down some of this blue by adding this. Plus we have our butterfly. And we have all the yellow that's going to go up here. And then I have this little tag right there with the black heart. Should I cut that in periwinkle? Oh, I have this. My periwinkle tag fell down. I recut that scalloped, and actually I did it a little bit darker than the tags, so that'll bring more purple down, more of that purple tone. There we go. I think we are good to start adhering. I smeared some of the black, so we're gonna have to strategically place this butterfly over that. Right there maybe. Okay, that's where that butterfly is gonna go. So we're gonna start with the butterfly because he needs to cover up that smudge I did. So right about there. While I'm adhering my embellishments down, now would be a great time to remind you, if you are liking what you're seeing, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow and it shares this video with others that may be interested in SVG files and Cricut cuts. I'm liking how the scalloped border is giving my photo a place to land and rest on. I didn't put adhesive all the way to the top of that photo since I will be tucking those florals under. And I like having this camera overlapping my photo a little bit. It hides some of that clutter on the table. Having the Close to My Heart digital file sitting next to me, I can see exactly where to place all of these florals and sprigs. So that helps a lot. I love how the splatters are looking behind these clusters. Just peeking out. And then we'll use this to cover up that chair. That worked perfect for my photo. And then we'll do some layering here. Make sure we get that leaf tucked in. I love all the layers and textures of these florals and SVG files. I'm going to be playing a lot more with SVG files. I do have more collections from Close to My Heart. So if you enjoyed this, stay tuned for my next few videos coming up here. And we are going to be playing with these a lot more. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join my little community. You can hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. I've recently hit my goal of 500 subscribers. That is halfway to 1,000. Thank you, you guys, for subscribing and liking my videos. It means a lot to me. Everything's adhered. I think we did I still have this little blue heart came out of the center of this. We could add him somewhere. Let's add him right up here. No sense in wasting him. Technically, it was just a throwaway piece. It was just that cut out, but I think he looks good right there. I couldn't find any black ribbon, so I found some white in my stash, and I'm just going to add white ribbon, and it just adds a little more dimension and finishes off that tag. So I'll add a little bit of glue to the back of this piece here so that stays there, and then I'm going to add some to the front of this piece And that'll go right there. It's a nice, simple ribbon. It just finishes it off. It doesn't add a whole lot of detail. Here is the finished layout. I love all the Cricut cuts and how simple it was to put together, since Close to My Heart already did all the work for us. These are still available on my website through April, so I will have those linked below. Just be sure to get those downloaded before the websites are discontinued. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sticking to the end. If this video was helpful, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.